Have you noticed sometimes in the Bible, it will say something like, do not be anxious, which means do not about anything, which means anything, nothing else in this whole world, no excuses. Well, the ground zero for today, we trust in God for a word from within the word Colossians 4:6. Now, they say the greatest, well, they reckon it's impossible. In James, it says the only thing that you cannot control, no human being can. If you can, you are Superman. Well, I don't know if Superman can do it anyway. I think it's only Jesus himself. Control the tongue. To have power over this thing. Realizing, and Jesus says, it can bring life, it can bring death. And here it says, let your speech at all times be gracious. Now, we have these big fancy words. Well, here it explains what gracious is. Pleasant and winsome. Winsome. Win somebody over. We can, by our words, win somebody over. Listening to about a son speaking to his father, and the father's like, what have I done in your brother's life? His life is so messed up, and what do we need to do? And he's like, you know what? Give your life to Christ. Understand how God works. And then go to your son, my brother, and say, look, I'm so sorry for what I haven't done in your life. And he's like, oh, maybe I should just break the curse over our lives as a family and just commit suicide. And he's like, no, it's not going to solve it. It's not going to change your son's life. What is going to change your son's life is you're going to go speak to him as a father. You're going to be pleasant. You're going to be gracious. And in that, you're going to win him over. Your words must be to win somebody over. And if you like cooking, you need to season it, as it were, with salt, so that you may never be at a loss. And what does salt do? This is perfect for my public speaking course, is that you need to never be at loss by seasoning it. Do you know what salt does? It brings out the flavor of what you're cooking. And it kind of kills any germs, anything that can harm you. And it needs to be the right amount. Not too much, not too little. So imagine it. When you are going to be speaking to somebody, you're going to be pleasant and winsome, and you're going to have it full of flavor. Your inflections, your eye contact, the way you embrace that person, the way that you just shower those words upon them, so that you may never be at loss to know how you ought to answer anyone who puts a question to you. My Lord, have I asked people questions and they come at me. Are you stupid? Don't you know what you're talking about? Or they puff themselves up and go, what a wonderful opportunity to prove to Sean that I am better than him, that I know more than him. And I must say I've been in that position too. That very quick with my words. I'm an absolute trained professional. And realizing that, you know what? I can bring life to somebody by my words, or I can bring death by just speaking the life out of them. So, I hope that I've won you over. And as that, you can go win somebody else over. And let your speech at all times be gracious, seasoned with salt, to know how you ought to answer anyone who puts a question to you. I ask you this question. Do your words taste good?